you, Alex.
It's a damn monkey. Grandpa, close it, close it, close it, close it. Call the police.
Trent William is traveling with a friend and staying at an old Airbnb cabin on Lake Atlas, upstate New York. When they arrive, the friends discover the cabin's dark history. The story's very creepy, and it's no wonder the two guys get a little scared when, late at night, they start hearing piano keys playing in the living room. When you watch the video for the first time, you might think, well, it's no big deal. It could easily be fake, but this is what makes this video so convincing.
I swear the piano is playing itself.
I'm not going in there. It's this piano, I swear to God.
If you look closely, something is pressing the piano key being played. Now, this doesn't mean that this video is proof of the paranormal, but it's definitely very hard to fake. Could this cabin really be haunted? What do you think about it? A viewer wants to stay anonymous. While at her friend's house, the girls get scared after noticing something strange. Suddenly, some plastic packages with melted candles seem to move on their own. One girl quickly grabs her camera to record the strange activity, but then stops. However, the girl keeps recording as they, confused, urge the spirit to reveal itself and move the packages. And then this happens.
No, it's not going to happen again.
No.
Their polite attempts to get the ghost to move the plastic containers fail. One of the girls starts mercilessly insulting him, but we know this doesn't work well with ghosts.
And what are you going to do with that?
A family is parked in a neighborhood in Buenos Aires, Argentina, when suddenly they notice something very strange in the house across the street. Something that looks like a person seems to move quickly from one side to the other in a room on the second floor. The mysterious figure seems to move at an inhuman speed and quickly changes direction.
No, that's not normal.
It seems to move effortlessly, almost as if it's floating next to the window. The anxious family dog pants as the family looks out the window, trying to identify what they're seeing. What do you think that fast-moving figure could do? Let me know in the comments. The following videos are a bit different from the ones I usually present, because in my opinion they are definitely creepy and very entertaining, but they're also a bit silly. A man wakes up his grandfather after hearing the unsettling sound of someone whistling downstairs in his house.
Let's see. The Lord is with us. Don't be afraid. I'm going to see what's happening. I'm going to see.
Grandpa.
Calm down, calm down, calm down.
Hallowed be your name, your kingdom come, your will be done. Grandpa. Open up, let's see who it is. Open up.
It's okay, there's nothing.
Go on, go check, go and see. Again, Grandpa, it's a damn monkey. Grandpa, close it. Call the police, get your phone out.
What happens next is, well, just watch. That boy is terrified when he sees someone peeking over the wall at the bottom of the stairs. A strange twist prompts his grandfather to investigate.
Again, Grandpa, it's a damn monkey. Grandpa, close it. Call the police.
In another strange clip, a group of women walking home late at night gets the scare of their lives. Completely alone on an empty city street, the women are terrified when they hear the strange and creepy sound of a loud burp, which makes them run away. But true terror can also appear in your own home, especially if you've watched too many horror movies. If you go hiking in the remote mountains of Scotland, you might come across a striking cabin that dates back to the 18th century. The old cabin lacks electricity and running water. Perhaps most unsettling of all, there are no locks on any doors. Hundreds of travelers have visited the White Lung cabin over the years, with many reporting strange, unexplainable experiences during their stay. Some outdoor and travel YouTube channels have visited this cabin, and most of them have experienced at least something strange in that place.
I'm scared to stay here, to be honest. I'm petrified.
Let me reiterate that all the following videos were made by outdoor travel channels. None of these people are ghost hunters, and in fact, each of these YouTubers says they don't even believe in ghosts at all. But they can't explain what happened here. Experienced traveler Ruth Asling spent a night in the old Scottish cabin and found it somewhat scary. Ruth remains in the cabin overnight, but she doesn't really sleep well. Throughout the night, while she's completely alone, Ruth keeps hearing strange noises which scare her. She curiously ignores the noises and puts in earplugs, which seems like a bad idea considering that the cabin might be dangerous.
I don't know. Oh God, I'm hearing strange noises. I don't know if it's a mouse or maybe the fireplace. It feels really strange without the curtains, because I feel like someone could be standing outside looking through the windows. Honestly, I'm really scared. I don't know why. I'm pretty nervous. There were some strange noises. I had these headphones, so I put them on to block out the strange noises. You can still hear the noises.
Next, a camper named Happy, who says he doesn't believe in ghosts or the paranormal, has a similar creepy experience. The man stays overnight in the cabin but can't explain what happened the next day. This video is the creepiest footage ever recorded in this cabin.
This will be my first night for now. I'm going to play my music and enjoy this beautiful fire. Tomorrow, I'll go back outside to my hammock. I got one of those water filter straws, and it also comes with 2 small bags so you can use the straw with them. But I haven't reached you yet. Maybe it's the guess. There was no one there. I don't know if it was just people messing with me or something. I don't think that's something they would do, but I don't think it's that family. It was just a father and his daughter and son. Well, we'll see. There was another knock on the door, but when I checked, no one was there. I don't know what's happening. I haven't heard of bewitched bobbies or anything like that. I've never heard of such crap. No, for God's sake, I just wanted a nice, quiet night. If you've seen all my videos before, you already know I don't believe in this. This is going to be a fun night. I've been walking around the room and then I go in there and it just stops. Maybe I'll just play music and forget this. Will I be okay?
Ben Martin from the Adventure YouTube channel recorded the video. The two men visit the location and face something terrifying. It's getting late when a door suddenly closes by itself. The two friends are skeptical but still puzzled by what happened.
I'm going to put on my glasses discreetly. These are popular stories, it seems. Someone had stayed the night before. It was dark when we went in. I applaud whoever stayed here last night. Well done, flawless. Wait a minute. I'm getting out of here.
What they didn't know is that things were about to get even weirder. The chair, which is in a corner of the room, inexplicably starts sliding across the floor. These two die-hard skeptics suddenly start to wonder.
Suddenly it slams shut. My friend is outside. I don't want to.
If they could be dealing with some kind of paranormal entity. Now more nervous, they finish their overnight stay in the other room and leave the next day.
I was terrified and screamed. When it closed, I just wanted to leave. There are so many things that it feels creepy, like we're in the presence of. I mean, we don't believe in those things. There are things we can't explain, whatever. But you know, we just don't believe in all that ghost stuff. That kind of scary stuff at night, just no. But that was generally amazing. And
this campaign has never been investigated by any ghost hunting team, and that many of the videos out there are just from people who are simply passing by.
The scary door closing there, and we're trying to rationalize this. I mean, I don't particularly believe in ghosts. So we were thinking it could have been the movement of the wind. There's a storm outside, so...
Yeah, I still can't believe it was the wind. But it's the only thing, when the wind is blowing so hard outside and there's nothing else there, it's the only rational explanation, even now. I'm not even looking at that. No, I'm not looking at that. It's moving, right? I don't know, honestly, I can't believe it. I don't know where to go. This can't be right. I don't know. It's dark here too, I can't see anything.
There's a chair back there and it's already started. It's already started moving, which is...
No way, I'm not gonna do any of this. It's moving, Jesus Christ.
It's moving, that chair is moving.
Just leave it, I can't.
Oh, Christ. I might drink more wine.
This is some poltergeist crap. That's not ghostly, that's...
All the images shown here were captured by outdoor explorers. Tell me, would you stay in this house for a night? Would you dare to spend the night there? Let me know in the comments. An elderly man with no living relatives lived alone in an old apartment in Japan. A few months ago, the man whom we'll call Mr. A, began to show very strange behavior, complaining to his landlord that there was a strange woman trying to take his life. The landlord was concerned about Mr. A's mental health and advised him to see a doctor. But Mr. A swore that he would gather evidence so that people would believe him and see that he wasn't crazy, but that someone really wanted to hurt him. Shortly after, Mr. A tragically took his own life. Later, Mr. A's landlord inspected the apartment and found several videotapes made with a very old camera. Curious, he watches the tapes and is chilled by terrifying images recorded a day before Mr. A's death. In the reflection of the mirror, a strange and distorted figure can be seen. Who knows? Maybe Mr. A really experienced something paranormal inside the apartment. The landlord calls the Japanese Ghostbusters team Omagatoki, and investigator Hiro begins a solo nighttime investigation of the haunted apartment. Hiro finally discovers the room seen in the disturbing tape footage. The investigator locates the closet from old camera footage, but the mirror is gone. A few hours later, Hiro finally finds the missing mirror. What happens next is downright creepy. As Hiro cuts the zip ties and unwraps the mirror, the apartment doorbell rings, but no one is there. But did he see it? Hiro is unaware he's being watched as he unpacks the mirror, and the observer looks just like the unsettling video of Mr. A. Hero uses Mr. A's old camera to try capturing something like what Mr. A recorded. What happens next is terrifying. Hero finds another tape thrown in the trash, but again, did you see it? Slowing the footage by a few frames reveals two small pale hands on the floor beside Hero. He remains unaware of the entity, which appears to watch and follow him. Hero watches the tape he found in the trash and his blood runs cold. The camera spins before the same strange, distorted face appears, peeking from behind a door. Frightened by the images, Hero leaves, believing he hasn't found any proof that Mr. A's apartment is haunted. But when he reviews the footage, he realizes that it was there the whole time, that he was being watched all along. You can see the entire investigation on his YouTube channel. Between 2010 and 2011, 11 bodies were found near Gilgo Beach on the south shore of Long Island, between Nassau and Suffolk counties. Most of the bodies belonged to female escorts who had been killed as far back as 1993. It wasn't until 2023 that they finally arrested Art Hoyerman, a 60-year-old architect and father of two, and link him to the crimes through DNA evidence, phone records, and connections to other crimes. After his arrest, he was charged with killing 4 women and later accused of killing 2 more, after DNA evidence linked him to the crimes. Disturbingly, police found the suspect had used several disposable phones to make thousands of searches about actions he later committed against his victims. To seal Hoyerman's fate, they found a large Word document on his basement hard drive where Rex detailed his murder plans explicitly. Surprisingly, the document included checklists describing the steps he had to follow before, during, and after his murders. According to court evidence, Hoyerman began committing these crimes in 1993 and pleaded guilty. Will he get multiple life sentences? As of 2024, the case is ongoing, but new disturbing details have emerged during the investigation. In 2023, some internet users found a Google Street image of Hoyerman speaking with an unidentified woman near his 36th Street office. This image is from a year before his arrest. Now, we have no idea who this woman is, and it's very possible that she was a potential victim, but we can't be sure either. Chillingly, he seems to be wearing the same shirt as in a YouTube interview from early 2002, where he discussed his role as an architect. His defense attorney, Mitchell Brown, stated to New York that they have the wrong man. But of course, the DNA evidence doesn't lie. In July of 2018, Channel 4 broadcast an incredibly disturbing video showing a group of uniformed men leading several women and children down a dirt road to a desert area where the armed men blatantly ended the victims' lives at gunpoint. In the video, you can hear the men accusing the women and children of belonging to the well-known terrorist group Boko Haram. The video drew global attention, with hundreds quickly claiming the frightening footage was filmed in Cameroon. However, the Cameroonian government quickly denied the claims, saying that the video wasn't even filmed in their country, and that their army was being wrongly blamed for killing civilians. Still, the British Broadcasting Corporation remained unconvinced, so their investigators set out to identify who committed the atrocities in the video. After an anonymous tip, they used Google Maps to study a region's outline in Cameroon, and they discovered that the mountain range visible in the background of the video was near a village called Krakmafa, very close to the border with Nigeria. By analyzing several years of Google's satellite images, the BBC investigators were able to determine that the incident had taken place sometime between March 20th and April 5th, 2015. Further investigation showed the Cameroon government was dishonest in denying the claims. For example, the government claimed the Cameroonian army did not use weapons like those in the video. But the BBC analysis revealed that the weapons were Zavstava M21, Serbian-made, which were in fact used by the Cameroonian army. Additionally, details the government called inaccurate matched exactly with the investigation. A month after the government of Cameroon initially denied the claims, it updated its statement to clarify that 7 members of the army were being investigated. And when the British Broadcasting Corporation shared its full report with the government of Cameroon, the country's Minister of Communications reported that 7 soldiers were detained, disarmed, and are now under investigation. In their next statement, they said that the 7 were in prison. The government of Cameroon released the names of the 7 detainees. The BBC confirmed some were the same people seen in the video executing the woman and children. In 2024, soldiers in the video received 10-year prison sentences for the murders, while a 5th got 2 years for filming and sharing it. The other 2 soldiers were cleared. It's crazy to think that someone could get away with such an atrocious crime and only face 10 years in prison. But at least they're being held accountable for what they did, thanks to a detailed examination by the British Broadcasting Corporation using Google's satellite images. Porto Rotondo in Sardinia is famous for its mansions, sandy beaches, and upscale shops and restaurants. In 2002, an Italian businessman sold his villa in Porto in Rotondo for €280. Due to the comparatively low value of the transaction, the sale immediately raised a red flag for the authorities, and the Italian financial police ended up using Google Earth as part of their investigation into the property. A key detail about the villa is its reportedly uniquely shaped swimming pool, which the police used to guide their search for the villa using satellite images. As soon as they found the property, they confirmed that they were dealing with a major case of tax evasion, since the real value of the mansion should have been much, much higher, considering that the value of nearby properties was in the 7 figures. With enough evidence from the satellite images to confirm that the unidentified businessman had committed tax fraud, the financial police found €7 million in undeclared deposits in the suspect's bank accounts over several years. I couldn't find much information about this case as the original Italian article had few details. The legal consequences for the businessman were never officially confirmed. Even so, it's reasonable to assume that his assets were seized. And due to the huge amount of undeclared money, it's likely that he spent at least a few years in jail. Kim Gual, 30, was an award-winning Swedish journalist who traveled globally to cover social justice stories. Her reporting took her to Uganda, Cuba, the Marshall Islands, and Kenya during her career. Her work frequently appeared in top newspapers like the New York Times. In 2017, while she was with her boyfriend, Peter Madison, a brilliant Danish inventor and self-taught engineer who built his own submarine, designed rockets, and planned to launch himself into space soon, on August 10th of that year, Peter took Kim on a trip off the coast of Kopech in his homemade submarine for a brief interview. After that trip, Kim was never seen again. When she didn't come back that day, her partner reported her missing, and an official investigation began. A few days later, on August 21st, a passing cyclist found part of her body on the beach near where she had disappeared. And about a month and a half later, the rest of her body was found in several bags discovered by police divers. During the investigation, Madison was questioned, but he denied having anything to do with the condition of the corpse. Instead, he claimed that Kim had died after accidentally hitting her head on the submarine's hatch. Strangely, he later ended up changing his version of events and claimed that Wall had died after inhaling toxic gases. No toxic gases were found in her body, but authorities discovered 15 stab wounds on Kim. After spending some time in police custody, Madsen eventually confessed that he had committed the murder and had thrown the separated parts of her body into the sea. In April 2018, Peter Madsen was convicted on 3 charges and sentenced to life in prison, where he has spent the last 6 years. In 2021, Madsen ended up receiving 21 more months in prison for staging a bomb threat in an extremely elaborate escape attempt. Fortunately, he was quickly recaptured and returned to his cell. One of the interesting things about this case is that Google's cameras had seen the submarine. It's interesting that the images are still on Google, even though this person is already behind bars. On July 30, 2010, 3 men were living together in a backyard in Richland County, South Carolina. The men were named Leslie, Todd, Edgar, and Pablo. At some point in the afternoon, an argument broke out among the 3 men, and Leslie ended up pulling a gun from his waistband and taking the lives of the other 2 men. The cause of the argument between the 3 men is unclear, but after the shooting, he fled to Louisiana. The cause of the argument between the 3 men is unclear, but after the shooting, Leslie fled to Louisiana. Once there, he shaved his head and destroyed the weapon he used to kill his victims. For several days, Leslie evaded authorities, but soon police began checking all van license records in Louisiana. According to the investigation documents, after the double murder, a witness gave police a partial license plate from Leslie's car. And a couple of days later, on a whim, the police entered the suspect's address into Google Maps, and sure enough, they found Leslie's car. With such evidence, it was over for him. On August 19th, a relative took him to his Windsor Lake home, where he was quickly arrested for 2 counts of murder and later sentenced to 35 years in prison. During the investigation, it was publicly revealed that he was a 20-year Army veteran with 5 overseas deployments and a severe case of post-traumatic stress disorder diagnosed in 2007. His father's testimony suggests his 20 years in the military and stress from tours near Iraq and Afghanistan may have influenced his behavior on the day of the accident. One might think that after 2 decades of selflessly serving his country, he would have received proper mental health treatment to help him live his life in peace. Instead, 2 innocent men have died, and the perpetrator himself will spend most of the rest of his life behind bars. 35 years after his crime, he will be released from prison at 75. In September 2008, a 14-year-old Dutch boy rode his bicycle in Groningen, about 110 kilometers northwest of Amsterdam, when suddenly 2 young men walked behind him, dragged him off his bicycle, and stole 165 euros and his phone. For months, police couldn't find the suspects because no witnesses came forward and only the boy's description of the robbers was available. In March of the following year, the victim went on his computer and started browsing Google Maps, looking for the place where he had been robbed about 6 months earlier. To his surprise, the 2 men had been captured walking behind him in the moments before the crime. As usual, the robbers' and victims' faces were blurred in the images, but the young man quickly called the police to report the new development. Authorities requested that Google supply unblurred street view photos to help identify the suspects. Interestingly, as soon as they obtained the images, the investigators recognized one of the robbers from a previous crime, and the other suspect was identified as the twin brother of the first robber. After confirming their identity, Dutch police located and arrested the twins. But I haven't been able to find official confirmation that they were charged and convicted. It's not clear if the boy got his phone and money back, but it's really surprising how they managed to find them. He suddenly screams loudly, audible over the machinery. The worker claims the video is real. It was recorded at 3 a.m. and seems very authentic, though I'm not sure. Either way, if I lived there, I wouldn't risk walking alone early in the morning. A street camera video in Nueva Guinea has captured something really strange, and I wanted to know your opinion. A pale figure appears under a street sign, and what it does next leaves the government workers speechless. What seems to be a ghost sighting could be a trick of the light. You see vehicle lights approaching at 12 seconds, just as the ghost supposedly rises. What they believe is a ghost might just be an optical illusion from light rays bending through the camera. We don't really know. What do you think? Restaurant workers in Sampson Park, Texas think they caught a real ghost on security camera video. A dark paranormal mist emerges from the passenger side and enters the building. It may seem like an insect, but at 2 minutes and 4 seconds, you'll notice lines flicker on the screen just before the ghost appears. Camera interference is often considered a sign of paranormal activity. They've always believed the place was haunted, and it's been that way for a long time. For that reason, now they feel a bit excited to finally have proof. But of course, do you think this is real? In 2013, Valerie Brown posted a YouTube video of her dog seeing a ghost. She writes in the video description that this little dog barks nonstop, as if someone were there. Everyone on Facebook called it a ghost, but this user isn't interested in the paranormal and didn't believe it. At the start of the video, the small dog barks, growls, and wags his tail while watching the living room. Nothing is visible, but he seems alert to something nearby. The owner asks her dog, "Who are you barking at?" But he keeps barking nonstop as if it's obvious that he's seeing someone. The owner moves toward the living room and the dog follows her, running to the front of the couch. The dog's eyes are focused on one spot, as if the invisible entity were there. When the dog goes to the front of the couch, it barks as if someone is there, but no one is present. The dog goes back to the opposite side of the couch, and when the owner finishes the video,